Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for mid-February 2025. You have this imperfect harmony card and this quieting the mind card. It's kind of funny to me because it's like this would be very loud, and this right here is like saying be quiet, right? So I don't know why that popped into my head, but you know, that imperfect harmony card, there's like a big horn on it making a bunch of noise, and you're trying to quiet your mind. So there's something about that popping into my head. Like maybe you are trying to take a break, but also maybe you are feeling the pressure of like needing to accomplish things in your life at this time, or so it's like it's kind of like a conflicting energy. Does that make sense, Sag? Did I call you Scorpio? I hope not. But anyway, Sagittarius, does that make sense? That's kind of like the feeling I get, where it's like, the imperfect harmony card is a good card in that deck, but it's almost like I get this like wanting a break and not wanting to deal with the real world, and but also like feeling the pressure of needing to like accomplish things, right? It's like a conflicting energy that I'm getting in my head. I hope that makes sense. But your very first card here is the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles can represent feeling left out in the cold. I always say the fives have very easy solutions in the tarot. The Five of Pentacles says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. The card itself wants you to focus on your strengths and focus on what you're good at, because then that's what you'll get. So I would make sure that you are focusing in the right direction with the Five of Pentacles and don't call attention to your weaknesses. The Five of Pentacles can also say that you're lacking resources. It can say that you have things that you do want to accomplish, but maybe you're lacking the resource. And like I said at the beginning of the reading, it's like sometimes I do think we can feel driven, right? It's like we have a goal, or we can think of something that we want to accomplish, but we can also be very tired, or we can not be like feeling awake or whatever, and it can be hard to get motivated in those moments. So, it's like I kind of feel that conflict here. Your crossing energy is the Queen of Wands. I mean, exactly what I said. Queen of Wands is a card of needing to be bold and needing to be assertive, needing to make things happen. But it's your crossing energy. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross. So, like I said, she needs to be bold. She needs to be assertive. She needs to get motivated. And maybe that's what is lacking at this very moment for you, Sagittarius. It's actually not a bad reading, and I'm not too worried about it. I mean, you end with the Emperor, and the Emperor is like taking control. So I do feel that if you are feeling this energy, that it is temporary. And, based off of having the Emperor at the end, that you will probably come up with a solution, which is good. Also, you have the Seven of Swords in the area of your thoughts. The Seven of Swords in your thoughts is actually pretty good. The Seven of Swords is a golden card. I always say that. I think the Seven of Swords gets a bad rap in the tarot. Like, sure, can it represent lying, cheating, stealing? Absolutely. But I read holistically, meaning I take the whole entire reading into account. If we had like the Devil, the Magician, and like the Ten of Swords underneath the card, right, I would be like, sure, you're dealing with lying, cheating, stealing. But that's not what we see in this reading. So the Seven of Swords is really about doing something, but in a different way. He is stealing those swords from an army in the background here so that he doesn't have to go to war. He also has these polka dots on his cloak, and the polka dots in the tarot can represent needing to not take things too seriously. So we see polka dots on this card and also the Three of Pentacles in the tarot. And again, the polka dots are a reminder to us that really life isn't really that serious, as serious as people make it out to be, and we should be more playful. The good news here is that this could say that you are discovering a way to make progress even if you don't feel like it. Like I said, with that imperfect harmony card, I just feel like I don't want to hear noise, literally. Like, that's how I felt when I put that card down. Like that I'm in, you have that quieting the mind. It's like you don't want to hear noise and you're trying to get into this quiet place, but there's noise going on around you. And again, I hope that makes sense. But, I kind of feel the conflict in the energy also, if that makes sense, where it's like you feel driven to me, but not at the same time. I've been there, where it's like I have a goal, there's something that I want badly to accomplish, but I also have a hard time motivating myself to actually do it. And there's kind of like two things that I think about in those moments. Number one, do I actually want to do it? Most of the time, I think that if we actually want to do something, we probably will do it. Number two, am I just overthinking things, right? And that's also kind of like the other thing that happens to me a lot, is that really I'm just overthinking the goal in the first place. and I just need to get started. And sometimes when I don't feel motivated, if I just do something small, then I become motivated because I got started, right? And I feel that with the Seven of Swords, that even if you don't feel motivated, can you do something small to get started? And if the answer is yes, then maybe you'll feel motivated. In the area of your foundation, you have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is kind of like a wake-up call. This is your higher self angel. These people are being called out from their old life, which is the coffin, into their new life, which is outside the coffin. That could also be why you are feeling conflicted. Is like, again, if we are starting something new, we have to go through all the beginner stuff again. Especially like if this is love, you have the Ten of Cups and the Page of Cups here. So especially in connections, right? It's like, there are songs written about it. There's like, I don't know what country song that is, but it's like something about, and I can't even remember what they say, but they basically, the person singing the song is complaining about having to learn a new person again, right? So it's like there are literally songs written about how like the beginning stage sucks. It's not that it sucks. It's like you just have to go through the process again. And I kind of get that energy off of the Judgment card where it's like saying, that some of you, it's like you are starting over, but it's like the starting over part sometimes does kind of suck in a way. But at the same time, you go to the Ten of Cups. So I think that it would be worth it to start over again. Next, in the area of your past, the energy you're moving past, you have this tricky situation card. It says a sly, subtle approach is necessary in order to safely navigate a tricky situation. You have this temptation card. It says what is tempting you at this moment may not be a wise choice. Again, I'm not even worried about it. It's coming up in the past. The Seven of Swords would represent a sly and subtle approach. The Seven of Swords, he has to be quiet to be able to steal those swords from that army. And so he has to do something sneakily to get away. And so maybe you did have to do that in the past. You also have the Death card. We've been talking about some sort of ending that you could have experienced, Sagittarius, in the past. And so, this could just be an ending that you experienced. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this pleasure and this opportunity card. So yeah, things are turning around quickly for you here, Sagittarius. You have the Ten of Cups as well. And so there could be a quick turnaround or a quick improvement coming in for you in general. Now, the opportunity card says this is just an opportunity that you're going to have to take advantage of. So if you're getting an opportunity to have fun in the near future, because you also have the Ten of Cups in the near future, I would take advantage of those opportunities. The Ten of Cups is about choosing happiness. These people are celebrating these 10 cups that exist above their heads, but they're standing in the real world. I believe as a collective, this is the energy we're in. Like, there are a lot of challenging things happening in the world and a lot of crazy things. It's only going to get crazier, mark my words. So, it is what it is. But I think we need to go the other direction. I believe in the whole New Earth theory. I just don't think that, it's not like we're going to notice the new earth. The new earth is here, right? We have to fill it with good things. We have to make sure that we're filling it with happiness and joy, because right now the other side seems to be winning, right? So I think what people are missing is that we have to be the ones to go the other direction. And that's what I would be choosing with the Ten of Cups is, happiness, joy, fulfillment, no matter what is going on, choosing it. And that's what I would do here. Next, in your outcome row, you have this empowerment card. It says, are you ready to fully step into your power and accept all the responsibilities that come with it? You have this pressure. It says, be aware of how family influences and social pressures are influencing your career choices. I feel like you've had this card with me before, and I definitely feel that's true. Just based off of your last couple of years as well, Sagittarius, I would say that feeling pressure from people in your life, but it doesn't even have to be for a career. It's like you could feel the pressure of needing to take care of someone in your life, but and that could be a challenge that you have experienced. And I think that a lot of you have experienced these pressures to do things, and you need to empower yourself and take care of yourself for once with that empowerment card, and that's what this is saying. Over the next few months, you have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords to me is also like a choice. The Nine of Swords, he is sitting in a nightmare. He's gone to bed, he's woken up, he's had a nightmare, and he's stuck in a nightmare. The thing about the Nine of Swords is that he is in pain, but he's not in enough pain to make a change. So I always say on the Nine of Swords, we have to make the decision to change something before we get into pain. One of the common examples of this is that you'll hear in a lot of success stories, like people will make a lot of money and then they will they'll go buy a Ferrari, and then their money starts to go down. And then once they can't make the payment on the Ferrari, their money goes back up again. Why? Because it put them in enough pain to do something about it, right? The challenge, it finally got to a point where they couldn't ignore it. The trick in life with the Nine of Swords is to just keep going up. Don't rest on your laurels with this card, and don't wait until you get enough pain to make a change, right? And that's what the Nine of Swords basically says. Next, in your closest relationships, you have the Page of Wands. I do feel that Sagittarius could be going on an adventure to find better connections in general in their lives. So I kind of feel this is like your adventure, where you could be finding the people that you want to surround yourself with. You could be finding better groups of people. I feel Sagittarius has dealt with like a lot of reflection, like from people. Like, let's say you had a job that you lost, like over the past 2 years. It's like looking at those people that you've had the job with. Maybe a lot of them, put things on you. They were like, what I don't know what the word I'm looking for is right now. I'm at a total loss for words for some reason, but they were projecting is the word I'm looking for, right? And that's what I mean by reflection. It's not really a reflection. It's more of a projection. And I feel that Sagittarius is now looking for their tribe, looking for people who support them, who don't project, looking for people who lift them up, and looking for those types of environments. And yeah, I really don't have much to say about it, because I do feel that would be a good thing for you to focus on, is, finding the right people, finding people who support you, all that other good stuff. In the area of your future feelings, you have the Page of Cups. So number one, this could be love if you are looking for it. So there could be a strong connection coming in for you. The Page of Cups can be just an admirer, so definitely love. The Page of Cups is also your dream. He has this fish in this cup here. I always say that fish might not exist. We don't actually know if the fish exists or not, or if it's part of his imagination. But the fish kind of represents his dream, and he needs to make sure that the fish doesn't jump into the water behind him and escape. So I feel for a lot of you, this is saying, like, don't let your dreams escape at this time. Don't let your dreams pass you by, right? And that's what I would do with the Page of Cups. You have the Emperor as your outcome. I feel really good about this just based off the beginning of the reading. It just seems to me like you're taking control, or you are going to be taking control at this time. The Emperor isn't too worried about his situation. He's sitting on his throne, and he has his armor on underneath his cloak, and it represents a couple of things. Number one, he doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. It's like his results speak for themselves. And I feel like developing that attitude would be a good thing for you right now, Sagittarius. It's like there's nothing you have to prove to anyone except for yourself. That's it. Number two, when an opportunity presents itself, he is ready to go at a moment's notice. He has his armor on underneath his cloak. So when he is presented with a good opportunity, he takes it and he goes for it, and he really puts the effort in. And so I feel that a lot of you need to prepare for an opportunity, although we don't really have any opportunity cards here. Although, yes, you do. You literally have a card that says opportunity on it. So, yes, you do have an opportunity. But I'm just saying, in the tarot, there aren't any here yet. With the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, external conflict is something that you're going to have to deal with. We said this here on this card. It says pressure. It says beware of how family influences and social pressures are influencing your career choices. Seems to be something that fire signs are dealing with right now. You might have people that are like, oh, you shouldn't quit your job because what if you don't get another one and all this other stuff. And of course, right now, I definitely wouldn't just quit a job, by the way. I would definitely make sure that you have something lined up. But again, you could have people that are calling you crazy. I always tell a story. I had a friend, and he was working for a car dealer. And so he came up with this idea at this car dealer to start selling certain things on Amazon, and he was making them millions of dollars a year, selling car parts on Amazon, right? And I said to him once, I said, why don't you do this on your own? You could do this on his own. And his mom was there, and she was like, oh, well, he needs health insurance. I'm like, okay, but if he's making millions of dollars a year, he can buy his own freaking health insurance, right? It's sometimes the things that people make us worry about are just not that big of a deal. Here's the other thing. Maybe I'm crazy, but it's I worked at a cafe and I saw someone get hit by a car crossing the road when I was younger. And the person was going very, very slow, right? They weren't even speeding or anything, and the person died. Ever since that happened to me, it's that situation removed all worries from my life, because I was like, you know what? It's like, what is there to worry about? You could get hit by a car going like 15 miles an hour and die. It's like, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing you can control. You can't control these things in life. So it's like, why worry, right? And I kind of feel this card is saying that. It's like, yeah, there's a million things you could worry about. You could worry about health insurance, but if you're making enough money, it's not going to matter anyway, right? And also, it really doesn't matter because you could get hit by a car tomorrow. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Strength card. I feel you are working on your inner strength, in your own strength. The Strength card is about taming your inner voice or your inner demons, right? So I feel a lot of you could be kind of like working on yourself more. It's coming up in the area of your thoughts, which is also good because the this area of your thoughts is about like working on your inner strength. With the Judgment card, you have the Queen of Wands. Yeah, kind of happy to see this as well. You have the Queen of Wands crossing, and now you have the Queen of Wands in your foundation, which is good. It kind of says you're coming from a place of the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is my card of like learning as you go. The Queen of Wands also is like, I feel that she needs to be bold and assertive and really go for things, but I kind of feel like you are. With the Death card, you have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups can be fulfillment or wish fulfillment. So even though it's coming up in the past, this could be good. This could also just say that, your wishes in life are changing, which happens. Of course, it's like when you're 2 years old, maybe you wish to have dino nuggets for dinner, and that's like what matters to you. But it's like, obviously, as you get older, your wishes change. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Page of Pentacles. Definitely a new person if you want it. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have 3 pages here, and there, this could be like a new admirer, or this could be communication and love. Not really love reading, but like I said, if you want it, it definitely exists. The Page of Pentacles is also a card of education, so it's a card of studiousness. I think that a really big benefit for Sagittarius would be to learn what makes you happy and do more of those things in your day-to-day to bring more happiness into the world. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is those external pressures. Knight of Swords is people running into your life screaming that the sky is falling. Again, to get out of the Nine of Swords energy, I would be careful of who you listen to. This can be people who rush into your life, who cause problems, or people who rush into your life and always have an issue. And I feel that this Nine of Swords could easily be solved by avoiding those people, and even if you can't avoid those people, by turning the situation around or something. Knight of Swords is jumping to conclusions. I always say that. Sometimes I feel a Knight of Swords is that person that rushes into your life is like, oh my God, I heard from the boss that everybody's getting fired, and it's like not true. So I would be careful of worrying about like every little thing. With the Page of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is work hard, play hard. I definitely feel you need more play with that Page of Wands, especially in the area of your closest relationships. I think like spending more time with people who matter to you, spending time with people you care about, all that would be very, very good for you at this time here, Sag. So that's what I would do. With the Page of Cups, you have the Death card. I think I called you Scorpio at the beginning of the reading. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to check after this. But it's funny. It would be funny if I did because, there definitely could be like a Scorpio coming in for you if you want love. The Death card also just says that there are big changes coming in for you at this time. So there could be some big changes coming in. With the Emperor, you have the Ace of Swords. Yep, definitely victory coming in for you. The Emperor would grab his sword and take action. So the Ace of Swords is taking action and having a victory. Whatever, if there are any opportunities coming in for you, or if you get presented with an opportunity at this time, I would definitely take advantage of that opportunity because clearly it's going to lead to more success. You have this Mice card that says discord among family or friends. Again, the issues are going to come from people. So that doesn't, I always tell people as well, like, I don't think we have to like cut everyone out of our life. It doesn't have to be super dramatic. It just says, if you have that person that comes at you every single day with an issue, it might be time to put up a boundary, or it might be time to say like, hey, I appreciate that you're having issues, but you need to take care of them on your own. I have my own issues to deal with, right? And maybe that's what you need to do, is just put up the boundary. You have this bouquet. It says compliments from an admirer. I do feel like there could be an admirer here, Page of Cups. So, well, the 3 pages, really, which could be one person, but they could just be embracing the energy of all 3 pages. So I do feel there could be love. You have this Bull card. This is probably your best card here, honestly. It says, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. The reading is requiring you to kind of like boldly go for the things that you want to accomplish. You have this Woman card. It says dealings or relationships with a woman. You have this Ladder. It says climbing towards success. I feel like this is you, even if you're not a woman. I'm reading for a bunch of you, so sometimes I just feel these people cards are saying the person I'm reading for. And you have that climbing towards success card, so definitely could be a lot of success, or you could be working towards success with this energy. Finally, you have this Broken Bridge. It says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Yeah, there might be some, there are always things in life that sometimes we just can't fix. And, again, don't allow those things to hold you back with the Nine of Swords. And that's what I feel this is saying. But pretty interesting here, Sag. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.